Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. Today we're going to be continuing on with the Wanderlust, the Large Wanderlust, the Misty Rose. We're going to start off slow because I haven't recorded in about a month. It was the week before my mom passed away, so I'm feeling a little odd for some reason. I don't know. So we're just going to go slow. This is also a kit that I had put together for Made-A-Con, which was last year. And some of you have the kits and some of you don't, but I just wanted you to know that you don't have to have the kit. I will show you what pages I print on, and I will show you what pages I print onto those pages. Or you don't even have to use that collection to begin with if you do not want to. You can use whatever collection you want. This is the prototype that I made for that class, so I'm going to try to follow this as closely as possible because we only got so far in the class, and then there were some leftover kits that I sold on my Etsy as well. That also, I wanted to make sure you guys understand that that is something that I cannot do on a regular basis. I cannot put together kits like this as a normal thing. I don't have the resources to do that. So, but anyway, as usual, there will be a link for the templates listed down below for my Etsy shop. There is a playlist for this on YouTube that is the the Wanderlust Misty Rose. It will start at the beginning. The first video will be like an introduction to the templates, and then the next video will be the cover, so on and so forth. I take you step by step on how to make this entire thing. So the last thing that we did was we embellished the cover front and back. That was the last video that you guys saw. So in this video, we're going to go on into the inside and start adding some things to the main base layers. Also, there is a link to my Amazon page. If you look for the Misty Rose, Wanderlust Misty Rose, there is a link, or I'm sorry, there is a list of all the products that I use. That includes my paper trimmer, my ink, everything. So if you want to see if you have any questions about what is that glue that I used, there is a link to my Amazon, and it's a whole list of everything that I've used in this album that I can find or that is equivalent to what I used in the video. Okay, so that's just a convenience for you guys. If you want to just check and see what it is, how much it costs, all of that, just hit that link. It'll show you everything that I use, you know, even down to the natural baker's twine, the seam binding, all of that is listed in there. So I just wanted to kind of remind you, and also they'll be linked below any videos that I may refer to. For example, like let's rust some stuff. There's a video where I show you how to rust metal bits. So if I mention that, which I probably won't, but if I was to mention it, there'll be a link down below if you wanted to watch that video. So I think the first thing we're going to do is, well, this is my workbook. This is my Wanderlust workbook. And there is a playlist for how I make my workbooks. I did not make my Wanderlust workbook on camera, but the last one I made is the glassine bag mini album template. I made this workbook on camera. So I will link that video playlist below because there's several different ways you can make it if you want to make it at all. You don't even have to make a workbook, but I promise you it will make your life a whole lot easier. Plus, it gets you super familiar with the templates themselves. So out of the Misty Rose paper collection, I picked this one here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. You can see that it's got the foiling on it, and there's roses, and there's wording, and all of that. I cut this 12 by 12 piece down to 8.5 by 11, and then I ran it through my printer on the back side. Now, when I say I cut this down to 8.5 by 11, that is my printer size. If you are in a different country and you use A4 size paper, you cut your paper down to A4 size and run it through your printer that way, and you make sure you want to unclick fit to page, because if you don't, it's only going to print maybe half of the paper. So you need to unclick fit to page if you're using A4 size paper. But I cut all of mine down to 8.5 by 11 because that's my printer size. So then the next thing I did, I had these professionally printed. These kits for Made-A-Con were professionally printed. But if I was printing this right now, I would cut this paper down to 8.5 by 11. And then on this white side, I would print first. This is the shades of color. This is also available in my Etsy shop. I printed color number 23 first onto the back side of that paper. So the pretty pink roses on the back side, it's all white mostly. So I printed color number 23, and then I sent it through again, and I printed the plain of page number 4. When I say the plain, it looks like that. It doesn't have the word pocket on there, but it looks like that. So then I printed that on top of the shades of color. So there's one. I need to keep that little Post-it note. So the shades of color are available in my shop. It's basically just a set of colors. There's 24 colors. There's different shades of each color. And pretty much any paper collection you use, you'll find a matching shade in there. So we're going to use page number 4 from the large, and then we're also going to use page number 7 from the large. So this is a tab pocket insert. So I cut the paper down to 8.5 by 11, and this is the paper that I chose. It looks like this. It's kind of like a pinkish color, and I just printed the plain, not the background design, just the plain. And then those are the only 2 things we're going to use right now. Okay. So I hope you guys understand that. I know it doesn't look like that, what I just explained, but when I sent this off to the printer, I went ahead and added the color only where it needed to be, for, I don't know why, for printing's sake. It doesn't really matter. It didn't matter really. But yours would be all green, and then the brown lines would be printed on top of that. Okay, so I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. This is a Fiskars Precision paper trimmer. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this bottom piece off here, and I'm going to put this in my scraps. And then I'm going to cut this long tab off here. And once again, I know I repeat this almost every time, but you don't see all the lines on the tabs. And I've been doing that on purpose to try to make more room, more space. Because if I tried to make it to where you could see, I would lose about 1/2 inch overall paper. So I've been trying to butt the tabs up to the edges so that we're not being very wasteful. Does that make sense? So like, for example, on this page, you don't see the tab here, you don't see the top tabs, and you don't see this tab here. You just see the little side notches. You don't see the long lines, is what I'm trying to say. So that is completely normal. Okay, so then I am going to actually cut this tab off. That's why I was thinking about it, because I am cutting that tab off. And then I'm going to separate these 2. So this is like just a little shorter pocket, and I'm not going to use this pocket right now, so I'm going to set it aside. I've been having a hard time focusing lately, so and I think this one, I think we're going to have to cut this one mostly out with scissors. So what I am going to do though, I'm going to go ahead and, I'll go ahead since I got my paper trimmer out, I'm just going to cut this little top edge, just only straight line all the way across. And I'm just going to put my paper trimmer up. Okay, so for this, I'm going to grab my scissors. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut these notches. Yeah, it has just been so hard to focus and to concentrate. There's so much going on. So I'm kind of glad that this project is already planned out, because that way I feel like it's not as hard for me to get back into it. Do you know what I mean? So, alright, so then I'm going to separate these 2 tags here. I'm going to separate them from this divider. This tab divider here, file folder thingamabob. Alright, and I'm going to put those aside. Alright, so then I'm going to finish trimming this out. This is just my little garbage bowl. I made that out of my small keepsake box. I think there's a video, I don't know if there's a video about me making this exactly, but I will link it below. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the tabs on, because we're going to make this like a closed pocket insert. Yeah, I love my little garbage thingy here because it's got cute little feet. Aren't they cute? It does keep my space a little bit neater than normal, which I like. Okay, so now I'm going to get my scoreboard out. This is an EK Tools scoreboard and a stylus. And I'm going to go ahead and score all of these lines. You guys, I don't know if I've already said it. I might have already said it. That's how my brain has been working these days. But you guys have been great. And I really appreciate you guys giving me the time and the space that I need to kind of get back into things and try to figure some things out and all of that. So it's just there's just a lot. It's a lot, and I appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to take and prep those score marks. So I'm going to fold it and then burnish it so it's good and crisp. The same over here. I'm going to fold these two tabs in. This is the first time I've actually created or crafted anything since I made my mom's book that I made, that I showed you guys in a video not too long ago. This is the first time I've made anything. It's the first time I've even been up here in my studio, I think. That's pretty bad. Okay. So now, I don't know if you paid any attention to these before, but these have kind of like rounded corners. But I'm going to leave that for now until I get it all attached. But I just want to point that out. We're going to end up chopping these off after we get it put together. But now I want to take my Distress ink. This is Distress Oxide Walnut Stain. I'm going to take it and I'm going to ink my edges, well, except for that little rounded bit there. And this is a Tim Holtz blending tool. I switched around to the versus the square. I'm using the round because I don't have any more of the square pads. That's my favorite, but I've got a bunch of these, so I'm going to use this for now. I mean, I like it. I just feel like the other one's faster, if that makes any sense. Alright, so I'm going to ink these edges up real quick, just really to get the white edge from the cut, because I've already got it distressed for you. And then, if I didn't score it very good, any white that might be showing. Okay. Easy, easy. Alright, so now I'm going to take some tape. What do I got over here? This is SCRAPBOOK.com 1/4 inch tape. There we go. So I'm going to put some on this tab here. And these are little mini snips. I need to clean them. Goodness. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay. So then I'm going to put some tape on all 3 of these tabs. And then I'm going to burnish that as well. So then I'm going to flip these over and burnish that score mark again. And I'm going to attach this long piece to the 2 little shorter pieces. And if you didn't want to do this, which, you know, not everybody does that, if you don't want to attach these to the corners like that, you could just cut it straight. you know, cut a straight diagonal and there won't be any overlap, and that works just as fine. It's totally up to you. This helps, for me, it helps with the sliding in and out of things, of inserts, but again, you do not have to do that. It was totally preference. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to take the tape off of these two tabs. And I'm going to flip it up. And close it up. All right, so then these two corners here, I am just going to round them all together. So that way they match no matter what. You could have gone ahead and trimmed that out before you put it together, but then there's a possibility that the corners won't match. But now it's perfectly flush and even. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. My camera, I still haven't like got it fixed per se, but anyway, sometimes it focuses, sometimes it doesn't. So I think this is pocket's going to go right here on this page. So we've already got the cording in each one of these little sections, but we just want to open it up to that first section, and we're going to put the pocket right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of the tape. And then I'm just going to line it up. And I'm coming up from the spine just a little bit. It's not flush with that page. I came up maybe a 1/16 of an inch from that spine piece there, just because I don't want to add too much bulk right there. Okay, so there's the pocket, and then there's the insert that goes into the pocket. So that simple. So this is going to be great for holding like extra little pieces of things that you might use in your traveler's notebooks, extra pictures, things like that. Or if you had a birthday and you want to just stash everything in here that you want to document that birthday with, and that way you've got like a work folder that you can take with your traveler's notebook when you go to work in it. You just have all of it in one little spot. But I think, you guys, that's all we're going to do in this video. I think we're just going to take it slow, like I said. And then the next video, we'll do a few more pieces. So I'm trying to stick to everything that I did here. But again, this is just a prototype, and I didn't even finish the whole thing out. Like, not every page is done, which is fine. You don't have to have every page done in your traveler's notebooks, but we can improvise at a certain point. But for now, we're just going to leave it at that. We added the pocket and the cute little insert in there, and then in the next video we'll do another page or two, and then we'll make some inserts. I've got a fun insert that I haven't done yet, I don't think, up to this point. Because another thing you have to remember is I made this one first before I made any of the other ones. So this was the first one I actually made. So I was trying not to do the same ideas in the other, projects that we've done. So I'm thinking, I don't think we've done that, but we're going to do a fun little insert. We're going to do a junk journal insert. We're going to do a notebook insert. And then we're just going to add some cool stuff. Okay, you guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to check out all the links that I have down there listed below if you're curious about the templates or the playlist. Here is a link to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Here is a link to my Etsy shop if you want to check out the templates. And there should be some videos up here at the top of the screen that you may enjoy watching. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.